Hey guys, welcome to my video. I'm Tenai Mbonane and this is the second video in our C++ tutorial. So in this video we're gonna be learning about comments, variables and data types. So what are comments? Comments are a line of code that are not read by a compiler, which are used to explain what the code is doing. For example, a single line comment, if I would say this is our first program. Right, this is a single line comment, and when you run your code, the compiler will skip through this because it knows it's not part of the code. It just knows that you live for yourself or somebody else will be reading your code. We also have a multi-line comment. So this is an example of a multi-line comment, and a multi-line comment can span anywhere from a single line to multiple lines, 10, 15, 20 lines, as long as you put it in between these two. So with comments done, we can start writing our code. And if you remember from our last video, we have to have our include statement, whereby we include the input and output stream. And using our namespace standard, and then we open the main function. So in the main function we have to declare variables, and variables are used to store a value for the program to use later. So we can use a single line comment and type declare variable. Right, so let's declare a variable. We're going to declare a variable of int type. I'm going to give it the name age. So it is really wise to use names that are understandable so that people may easily read and understand your code. For example, if you were to use a declaration of int x, it would be hard for somebody else to understand what x means, but as for age, you can easily understand. Age is how old a person is. So we can also use another one like weight, right? So that is it about declaring variables. We can then assign values to the variables. To assign values to a variable, we use the assignment operator, which is the equal sign. So we just go age is equals to 25. Then we terminate our statement, and we can also give a weight, which is equals to 60. Right. So we have declared a variable and assigned a value to it. But you can also declare a variable and assign a value in the same line. So let's do one of those. So for example, we can use int id no, or maybe an id number, and then give it a value and then terminate. So in this line we are only declaring variables, and here only assigning, but in this line we declare and assign a value to that variable. So that concludes our discussion on variables. So now let's look at data types. Let's just scroll that up here. Right, so data types are just attributes that uniquely defines which values can be stored inside a variable. So the computer knows using the data type that you're going to store a variable of which type. For example, the int type, it knows that you're going to store a number. So we have common data types. We have the int, the float for floating point numbers, which are decimal numbers, double, which is mostly the same with the floating point number, but it's double the precision. And we have a character data type by register, which takes character values inside single quotes. And we have a Boolean data type, which takes true or false values, and a string data type, which take values in double quotes, a string of values in double quotes. So that's about it. It's about data types. So now we can start writing our program. Alright. We're gonna comment out this. Comment out that. Also comment out this. Right. So let's start with our program. We're gonna declare integer of age. You should give it a value of 19, and then a string of first name, and I'll give is the value of my name, and terminate that. And I get a string for our last name, and I'm gonna give it my last name. Then we can do int whole number and give it the value 78448. Right, now we've declared our variables and gave them values. It's time we print them out. So to print out, we use cout and our extraction operator, and we're gonna need our name first. So name. So to print text to our console as it is, we use string, so whereby you put it in double quotes. Then we're gonna print out our first name here, and then end this line. We also print out our surname. Okay. That's the last name. And we end our line. We print out my age, which is my age, and then we end the line. We also print out my phone number, which we just cell number, and also end this line. So for my IDE, I have to include system pause so that it may pause the code after compilation. and then we return 0, which is our ending statement. So let us run our program and see our outcome. So the program has finished running, so everything's okay except our phone number. So it is the case sometimes that the number you enter here is bigger than the one that can be stored in your data type. So let's truncate our number and see what's happened. Also, let's edit out this part and then run it again. And there it is, we have written our first program. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video and share it. And also please don't forget to press the subscribe button. Thank you.